Until Inauguration Day, Democratic Senator from Pennsylvania John Fetterman confirms he will meet with Donald Trump at Mar-a-Lago.
Meanwhile, cameras caught a friendly exchange between President-elect Donald Trump and Obama. And is this all just another sign that Democrats are flipping the tune on Trump?
Here to discuss is former White House counselor and host of Here's the Deal with Kellyanne on Fox Nation, Kellyanne Conway. So, Kellyanne, great to see you this morning. What is the deal? What do you think that Trump and Obama were talking about at Jimmy Carter's funeral?
I was glad to see that exchange. Unsurprising. Look, the former and future and current president's club in this country is teeny tiny. It's a handful, and then there's the other 335 million of us. So they maybe talked a little bit of policy, maybe personal, but it was a great exchange for everyone to see. This town in Washington, people scream bipartisanship all the time, and then they vote, particularly the Democrats, all of them voting for the Inflation Reduction Act, all of them voting against Trump's Tax Cut and Jobs Act, which has benefited all of their states and all of their congressional districts. And even in the Supreme Court yesterday, we see now the biggest First Amendment case in a very long time. You had so many Republicans and Democrats putting this at the feet of Trump as he's ready to go and be inaugurated, banning TikTok a day before he takes office. He's basically saying to them, listen, people gave us a mandate. I'm very active on TikTok. I want it to continue. Let me take a shot at that. But for Obama and Trump to show the world that people of differing parties, people who were dead set against each other in this last campaign, and Kamala Harris sitting there talking to no one, looking all miserable, frankly, talking to neither President Trump, who beat her, looked like, or President Obama, who she relied on heavily to get her across the finish line. I would like to point out, too, there was a missing chair. So I think President Trump was actually sitting next to Barack Obama because Michelle was in Hawaii.
Yeah,
Yeah,
in Hawaii.
it's a small club, Kellyanne, and I get that. But if you were ranking the different former presidents there, you would suspect have the hardest relationship with Trump. You would suspect Obama would be number one, dating back over a decade. And so to me, at the very least, what we take away from this is, oh my God, Donald Trump's a threat to democracy. It's all a farce. I mean, didn't believe that. You can't interact with a dictator, a would-be dictator, the way that
Well,
Obama...
excuse me, Obama did that with Raul Castro in Cuba. He went to a baseball game with him and his family, so...
But he probably spoke harsher about Donald Trump than Castro.
Probably.
And now here he is.
Yes, and maybe he
yucking
looks
up.
it right. Oh, for sure. Yeah, but I think that Barack Obama is politically savvy enough to know that this country is heading towards Trump. Obviously, got a huge mandate. The alignment with the America First agenda, energy independence, lower taxes, fewer regulations, ending these foreign wars, securing our border, even generously resourcing and more deeply respecting our local law enforcement, let alone Border Patrol, so that we all feel safer, more secure, everyday life becomes more affordable. And I think Obama probably sees that his Democratic Party, long after he left office, has gone for wokeness, and this election was about fairness over wokeness. People are sick of the detailed bullets you showed about what's being spent in LA over being prepared for fires like this. My heart goes out to all of them. But look, I think Obama prides himself also on being like a post-political, cultural kind of figure. And look at Donald Trump. He dominates social media. He won the popular vote, something that neither Republican candidate against Obama even came close to doing. And may I just say, in terms of the former president and would-be president's club, if you just look at those two rows, goodness, it's Donald Trump had been on the ballot with Joe Biden, forget that. But he beat Kamala Harris and Hillary Clinton, the two most prominent would-be women. He stopped them from becoming president. So I like that they saw it. I think that people snubbing any ex-president, or you can't even, when you know the world is watching and you know our enemies are watching, I think it's a very bad form to not just be polite.
Yeah.
And I know that because I was raised by a woman, not a wolf. I didn't learn that in politics. I just learned that in life.
Yeah, it's such a great
You were
point.
not raised by a wolf.
No,
Okay.
no.
But you know,
It is interesting to see who was, I mean, not to be catty, but who was the coldest, right? Like Karen Pence. I mean, these people that were just, I mean, you're at a funeral, you're in this small club, like you said, just be gracious. Just, I don't know.
Yeah. We got to leave it there, Kellyanne. We appreciate you being with us this morning. By the way, everyone should watch Here's the Deal with Kellyanne on Fox Nation. Thank you, Kellyanne. All right, the fires in Los Angeles displacing